there is no justification for the setting aside of this council. There's absolutely no justification for that. We've set out clearly tonight that we have this covered. We've got it. And on that basis, I think it's very important that the government takes this decision very carefully. If there's no reason to do this, if the issue of asbestos is being managed, don't make a big mistake. Don't make a mistake that you will regret, and don't make a mistake that will send a shiver down the spine of every single local government in this state, because that's what will happen if this decision is made at this time. We have committed to binding orders that will make sure this council delivers the outcomes of our independent inquiry. We have said that we'll be bound by those things and will accept the government's advice in the form of an advisor to make sure the process of implementing safety reforms is exactly what the government requires. If the government needs a guarantee that this council will do what needs to be done, there is no stronger guarantee than that which was given tonight. The Minister needs to understand that given the council's willingness to do everything that's required of us, the decision to suspend democracy in the Blue Mountains will send a shiver down the spine of every local government in the state, because every local government in the state will be subject to the setting aside of democracy if it happens here, because we've committed to doing everything that's required of us in order to make sure the city is safe. On that basis, there's no excuse to set us aside. If we are set aside, no council is safe. The Local Government Association of New South Wales shares our concern. They share our concern that democracy ought not be set aside so easily. You have a council here committed to delivering everything the government wants. If we are set aside, no council is safe, and that's why we have the support of the Local Government Association of New South Wales. The appointment of an administrator will be the appointment of a person who takes over all of the functions of the elected body, every single one of them. No issue that we would deal with on your behalf will we be here to deal with, none of them. The LEP comes up this term for review, can be brought on earlier. We've got vexed issues around infrastructure. Do we keep it? Don't we keep it? Do we enhance it? Don't we enhance it? We're responsive to you. We feel the pain that you direct towards us as you make us make the right decisions. They don't. So the residents of the city should not lose the benefit of democracy. It's not a catch cry. It's actually a really important thing. That's what marks us out. The loss of elected representatives means that all those issues of great importance that I've talked about, many, many more, will be dealt with by someone who is, and I quote the New South Wales Government Handbook on Local Government here, they are unlikely to be a person who understands their community's characteristics, I quote, and needs, and the types of services required to meet those needs. I speak for a lot of people here when I say that you have absolutely humbled us in the last week. I could not have believed for a moment, given the reason put forward, that the community would have turned out in this way. Call an election right now on this issue, because I tell you what, we would win big time. Thank you for your support.
If it's not about asbestos, something else is going to happen. Because there is no way, based on the information provided, all available here in public, that our handling of asbestos could possibly resolve in the council being dismissed. And as I said, if this council was point blank refusing to move, or demanding funding before it would move on the issue, or saying it's a state and federal issue, being obstructive, with the government would be absolutely within their rights to say out, and we will have someone else come in and do what you should be doing. If it's about asbestos, there's no issue.
If the state government is going to suspend the council, it needs to do longer and do more. I know it's unpopular, it's not fun, and it may cost me votes. I look forward to the Minister's next steps.
Councillor Christie, I'd be happy to accept your resignation right now. But I am not prepared to surrender the job I said just 12 months ago I would do for this community, no matter how hard it got. I'll put the motion standing in the name of Councillors Greenhill and Vanderclay. All those in favour? Councillors Bowling, Miles, Fell, Vanderclay, Hollywood, McGregor, Brown, Greenhill. Against? Councillors Christie and Schreiber. I declare it carried. Can I...
Have a nice Christmas.
And Susan Lenehan, I did not miss your almost athletic...
I'd like to just amend that. I support the principle of it, but just that we adjourn for 10 minutes to allow people to register as speakers, as we normally would.
What people say, I'd ask you not to do that. I think applause is polite and welcomed, but I would ask you to treat the speakers with respect. I know there are some strong views. I've seen social media around what some of us as elected people have done, will do, stand for. But please, we'll get 3 minutes. If you just say your name and what town you're from, then we'll go from there.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
Get your grades on. Hello. Actually, all the cousins. It's quite.
Where's, oh, you're going to get mum?
She ran the last and moved.
Mum and